Blast One's Performance 3 strategy guarantees your company will blast faster, safer, cleaner. Each small improvement along the chain builds upon previous improvements and creates a swell of accumulating efficiency and safety that ultimately skyrockets your productivity. Like its namesake, the Performance 3 strategy relies on implementing and leveraging three fundamentals: superior products, superior abrasives, and superior know-how. At the heart of your blasting setup is your blast pot, and here, three simple equipment adjustments will elevate productivity to verifiable new highs. The first recommendation was to make sure the inlet air piping was not choking your air supply. Our next recommendation also involves your blast pot. To guarantee our Performance 3 recommendations deliver faster, safer, cleaner, we encourage, if not downright challenge, our customers to verify their efficacy. With nearly 50 years of experience visiting thousands of job sites each year on 3 different continents, one thing we've learned is there is little to no verification taking place. What we mean by that is there is rarely any consistent measuring taking place on these job sites. A very small percentage of companies measure their air pressure each day. A smaller percentage measure how much abrasive is being used to clean each square foot or meter of surface. And an even smaller percentage know exactly how much true nozzle time their blasters are achieving each shift. Now, this is an industry-wide problem, and so any company that simply measures its performance can easily outperform and outprofit the competition. For example, when job site foremen are asked how long the crew blasted, the most common answer is 6 hours. And how do they come up with this number? Well, they basically rough it out in their head. The crew worked a full day with some setup, then some blasting, and then some pot refills, took some breaks and repositioning equipment, some more blasting, lunch, refills, more blasting and cleanup. So after an 8-hour day, they guesstimate about 6 hours of actual nozzle time. 6 hours is a far higher number than is recorded when one of these devices is attached to the blast pot. Now, this is a blast pot timer and records actual nozzle time based on deadman activity. So what is the actual time recorded when a blast pot timer is installed? About 3 to 4 hours. Now consider that. The supervisor assumes the team is blasting at least 75% of the workday, when in fact, actual blasting is only occurring 37 to 50% of the day. Improving this output by even 10% would have marked improvement on your overall productivity. These blast pot timers are available for 1, 2, 4, and 8 nozzle setups with electric deadmen, and 1 or 2 nozzle setups for pneumatic systems. So now, if you've invested your attention in this series, a big question should spring to mind. Will one of these timers compromise my flow or pressure? Great question. And the answer is no. The air needed to trigger the signal on one of these is negligible, but the information gained is extremely valuable. This plug-and-play device is definitely worth far more than its low cost and should be installed on any high-use industrial blast pot.
I had a customer who had an absolute brainwave one day. He had this blast pot that had a blasting timer on it for the 3 operators he was using. And he had a job which was a really high profile job, and he had a bonus that he was going to get and the whole company was going to get if they completed on time. He backed his numbers down and realized that he could finish a day earlier if he can get an average of 6 hours of actual blasting done per guy per day. Having the timers made it easy for it. He simply put up a score chart, up a whiteboard on the wall, and every day at the end of the day the guys had to come out, get their start hours minus their finish hours, and they worked out how many hours they'd been blasting. At the end of the week, they added up how many hours, and if each guy averaged over 6, they all got a $500 bonus. Those blasters were happy to produce 6 hours of blasting a day. They finished on time, and they got that award bonus for finishing ahead of time. Could you do that?
Next up, our third optimization to the blast pot.